Welcome to the TOEFL IBT Listening Mock Test. In this section, you will have an opportunity to demonstrate your ability to understand spoken English in an academic environment. Please listen carefully to each audio track and choose the best answer for each question. You may take notes while you listen. Please note that the audio will play continuously. Press the spacebar to pause the video after each question if you need more time to answer. Now, let's begin.
Do you think it'll rain later today? I can't find my badge for the conference. Have you tried the new cafe on 5th Street? Why is the printer flashing a red light? Could you cover my shift on Saturday? I thought the deadline was Friday, not today. What's the fastest way to get to the airport from here? Do you know if the seat is taken?
Have you seen my chemistry textbook anywhere? I can't find it.
Did you check the study room? I saw a textbook there earlier.
Oh, I was there this morning. I bet I left it on the table.
Probably. Want me to walk over with you to check?
That would be great, thanks. I have a quiz tomorrow and really need it tonight.
No problem. Let's go now before it closes. Hi, I'd like to freeze my gym membership for a couple of months. I'll be traveling for work.
Sure, I can help with that. How long will you be away?
About 10 weeks, starting next Monday.
Okay, I can freeze your account starting then. There's a small monthly fee of $3 while it's frozen, just so you know.
That's fine. Will my membership automatically restart after 10 weeks?
Yes, it will reactivate automatically unless you contact us to extend the freeze.
Attention passengers. The 3:45 express service to Riverside has been delayed by approximately 20 minutes due to a signal issue further down the line. We apologize for the inconvenience. Passengers with connecting trains should speak to station staff at the information booth for assistance with rebooking.
Have you ever noticed that a song you disliked the first time you heard it eventually grew on you after repeated listens? Psychologists have a name for this: the mere exposure effect. It describes our tendency to develop a preference for things simply because we've been exposed to them repeatedly, even without any conscious reason to like them. This effect was first demonstrated in a series of classic experiments in which participants were shown unfamiliar images, like abstract shapes or unfamiliar faces, various numbers of times. Afterward, participants consistently rated the images they had seen more often as more likable, even though they had no memory of having seen them before. Researchers believe the mere exposure effect works because familiarity is processed by the brain as a subtle safety signal. When we encounter something repeatedly without anything bad happening, our brain appears to interpret that repetition as evidence the thing is safe, which translates into a mild, often unconscious sense of comfort. This effect shows up constantly in everyday life. Advertisers rely on it heavily, which is part of why companies air the same commercial dozens of times rather than airing it just once. Similarly, it may explain why people tend to prefer their own neighborhood, their native language's sounds, or even their own mirror image, since a mirror image is, after all, the version of our face we're most repeatedly exposed to.
You will now begin Module 2. Listen carefully to the following audio tracks and answer the questions.
Do you want to split a pizza or order separately? How do I reset my password? Is this the line for the ticket counter? I'm thinking about repainting my apartment. Could you water my plants while I'm away? Why did the meeting get moved to Thursday? Do you know a good place to get my bike fixed? Have you started studying for the certification exam?
My chair has been squeaking for weeks, and now the armrest is loose too.
You should really put in a maintenance request. They usually replace chairs pretty quickly.
I didn't know we could request replacements. How do I do that?
Just fill out the form on the intranet under Facilities. I did it last month and got a new chair within a few days.
May I have your attention, please? Flight 220 to Denver is now boarding at Gate 14. We will begin with passengers requiring extra assistance, followed by our premium members. All other passengers, please remain seated until your zone is called. During World War II, engineers studied returning aircraft to figure out where to add armor. They examined the bullet holes on planes that made it back and found the damage concentrated on the wings and tail. The obvious conclusion seemed to be reinforce those areas. But a statistician named Abraham Wald pointed out a critical flaw in this reasoning. Wald noted that the planes being studied were, by definition, the ones that survived. The bullet holes on the wings and tail showed which parts of the aircraft could sustain damage and still return safely. The planes that were hit in other areas, like the engine or the cockpit, never made it back to be examined at all. Wald argued the armor should go where the surviving plane showed no damage, since that's likely where the missing, destroyed planes had been hit. This mistake, now known as survivorship bias, is the tendency to draw conclusions based only on things that survived some selection process, while ignoring the things that didn't survive and are therefore invisible to us. It shows up far beyond aviation. For example, when people study successful companies to find the secret to success, they often ignore the countless failed companies that tried the exact same strategies and simply didn't make it, which can lead to badly mistaken conclusions about what actually causes success. Recognizing survivorship bias requires deliberately asking what data might be missing from a sample, not just what the visible data seems to suggest.
Great job! You've completed both Module 1 and Module 2. Keep practicing, and you'll achieve your target score in no time. For more TOEFL tips, strategies, and practice tests, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. See you in the next video.